The 19th of January 25, Celtic training.LENNOXTOWN, Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers has maintained that he has final say on all transfer dealings at Celtic as he sought to play down any ambiguity surrounding the midweek comments made in relation to the imminent signing of Maryan Shved. The Parkhead manager seemed to originally distance himself from the deal to sign the 21-year-old Ukrainian when he claimed that Celtic already had $1 million wingers, a comment that suggested it was an arrangement that had been made without his input. However, Rodgers has firmly insisted that he has the call on who comes into the club and has also revealed the process behind the move for Shved. Asked if he had final say on transfers, Rodgers said, "Yes. Absolutely. It will come to me in the process. I'll look at him and see where he's at and then we decide from there. My job is also to protect the club. The club work in a particular way to develop young talents and my job is to assess the talent. I just happen to know the agent, coincidentally, from my time at Liverpool and I know he has a good reputation. It's an opportunity the club could look at. When you are managing 60-odd games a season you can't be a scout as well. My job is to coach and manage the player and put them on the field. We have a network of scouts behind that to try to find the players. In this case something came up and you make a decision. I don't need to share anything about the internal working of the club. What I said the other night was we were presented with a young player who is a talent. He's a winger but he's a talent who can come in and help the club. I don't need a winger now but he's a talent and if the club sign him then we'll look at a development plan, whether it's coming in now or going on loan to play games. It should be done at the beginning of the week and we'll go from there." I was being honest. I'm not going to say I've been tracking the boy for 6 months. It is an opportunity and you'll find in this window there are circumstances where that will happen. If your processes are right you'll have tracked players for a number of months but sometimes an opportunity come to you to get a talented young player and you have to make a decision. We have a lot of wingers, but in 6 months there won't be as some will go back to their clubs and others might leave. It's a young talented player and that's the club's model. That's how it works between now and the closure of the window of Thursday night. It remains to be seen if there are further additions to Celtic's squad. It seems likely that there are a number of players who could head out on loan, but getting another one in may well be dependent on what happens elsewhere with players and other clubs making late decisions. In the modern game the key is not getting them in, it's keeping them out, said Rodgers. We have a very good squad. I've always known the areas we want to improve but we can't just bring anyone in. It has to be a certain quality. I know how it is now, supporters want to see that yellow bar on the TV screen saying Celtic have signed some player, blah, blah and everything is perfect. But there's a lot of tireless work that goes into looking at players. It's then, are they available and can we afford them? If we can, the club will do the best they can to bring them in. The key ingredient has to be quality. You always have to be ready right to the last moment because there's always opportunities that will come to you. Sometimes they are decided late on. But we'll be waiting for the right type of player. Our plan is to add to it but if we can't then we'll continue to work. This summer proved an acrimonious one for Celtic with Rodgers critical of the board and the failure to get deals over the line. There has not been the same rancor expressed in this window. Indeed, Rodgers has declared himself happy with the squad he has should there be no further arrivals, and the Celtic manager has offered a public appreciation of the circumstances around the window and the challenges it presents. It's very difficult for Celtic, unless you have the big finances to go and get the kind of players who are going to help us improve, he said. The market down south is really difficult but you can't stop looking for the ones you can develop and improve or is ready-made and can come in. That's ongoing. You can never please everyone. If there's any message, it's the club will do everything they can to get the right type of players who will help the squad. If we don't, we have a strong group of players going into this part of the season. We've done really good business in bringing in these young players and you can see the difference they have made. It's never easy. If we don't have another signing then I'm happy with the players we have. If we can get the players in certain areas, then great, but it has to be the right quality, otherwise there's no point. We have a really good squad and we'll get Kieran Tierney and Tom Rogic back.